He didn't break into homes at random. He didn't stalk dark alleys. According to prosecutors, he waited for his victims to invite him in. 2 men are dead. A third barely survived. And investigators say all 3 met the same person the same way, through a dating app. Welcome to True Crime, The Real Story. Today, we examine the case of Rockham Prowell, an Inglewood, California man accused of using online dating to lure victims into deadly encounters. What you are about to hear is not a cautionary tale built on fear. It is a documented case that unfolded quietly over several years before authorities realized they were looking at a pattern that ended in murder. In July of 21, 51-year-old Miguel Angel King went missing in Los Angeles County. Friends and family reported that Miguel had plans to meet someone he connected with online. Nothing about that raised alarm at first, but days passed, then weeks. Eventually, Miguel's remains were found in the Angeles National Forest. Investigators determined he had been shot. His car was missing. At the time, there was no public suspect and no immediate connection to any larger case. It appeared to be a tragic, isolated homicide. But it would not be the last. 2 years later, in August of 2023, 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez disappeared. Just like Miguel, Robert had arranged a meeting through a dating app. Just like Miguel, his car vanished. And just like Miguel, the trail went cold. Robert's vehicle was eventually reported missing, but there was no body. No crime scene, no immediate suspect. 2 men gone, 2 vehicles missing. 2 meetings arranged the same way. At the time, investigators did not publicly connect the cases. That connection would not come until someone survived. On February 22, 2025, a 40-year-old man met someone he had been communicating with online. That man was Rockham Prowell. According to prosecutors, what happened next was not a date. Authorities allege the victim was restrained, beaten with a baseball bat, and forced to hand over banking information. Despite severe injuries, including a broken leg, the man escaped. But prosecutors say Prowell chased him with a vehicle and struck him. This victim survived long enough to tell police exactly who attacked him and how they met. For investigators, this was the break. When authorities arrested Rockham Prowell in Inglewood, they found something critical. Inside his garage was a vehicle belonging to Robert Gutierrez. Forensic evidence also linked Prowell to Miguel Angel King's stolen car, which had been found near Prowell's residence years earlier. What once looked like separate crimes now appeared connected. Prosecutors allege Prowell used dating apps to identify targets, gain trust, and isolate victims. They say robbery was involved, but murder followed. Rockham Prowell is 34 years old. Before these charges, he was known to law enforcement for a string of burglaries across Southern California. At one point, investigators linked him to more than 30 masked burglary incidents. But those crimes did not prepare authorities for what they would later allege. Prowell is now charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, carjacking, burglary, and assault with a deadly weapon. Prosecutors have filed special circumstance allegations, meaning if convicted, he could face life in prison without parole or potentially the death penalty. Authorities have not publicly named the dating platform used in these cases, but investigators say the method was consistent. Contact, conversation, a private meeting. Law enforcement now warns that while most online dating interactions are harmless, cases like this expose vulnerabilities. Investigators emphasize meeting in public places, verifying identities, and informing others of your location. In this case, prosecutors say trust was weaponized. Rakim Prowell remains in custody with bail set at $2 million. Robert Gutierrez's remains have not been publicly located. Families are still waiting. The case is ongoing and all defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But prosecutors say the evidence paints a disturbing picture. 2 men are dead, 1 survived, and an online connection became a deadly trap. This case serves as a reminder that true crime does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it hides behind a profile photo and a message notification. If you want continued updates on this case or similar investigations, subscribe to our channel, because the truth does not end when the headline fades. This is True Crime, the Real Story.